The Earth trembles as a 7.0 magnitude quake strikes Russia's Kuril Islands. In our modern era, it is impossible to forecast earthquakes with accuracy, but scientists can identify regions that are prone to seismic activity and where significant earthquakes have occurred in the past. It's important to note, though, that while these areas are more likely to experience earthquakes than others, predicting when they will occur is still not feasible. Gaza has a history of experiencing strong earthquakes, but one area that stands out is the Kuril Islands. These islands are located between Russia and Japan and are part of Russia. The Kuril Islands are known for their volcanic activity and frequent earthquakes. On September 29, 2023, at 10:08 p.m. local time, a powerful earthquake shook the Kuril Islands in Russia. This event had a significant impact on the region. According to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, this earthquake had a magnitude of 7.0. Initially, there were no reports of any damages or casualties following the earthquake. However, the authorities are still assessing the situation. As we delve deeper into this event, I'll be covering some crucial aspects such as the technical details of the earthquake, its potential impact, and the ongoing response and recovery efforts. But before we move on, please support us by hitting the like button and subscribing for more updates. Let's jump right into it. Let's discuss the technical aspects of the earthquake first. The earthquake had a moment magnitude of 7.0. This is a scale used to measure the energy released by an earthquake. The depth of the earthquake was recorded as 20 kilometers, which is considered to be a relatively shallow depth. When an earthquake occurs at a shallower depth, the impact is generally more intense. From a seismological standpoint, the earthquake had some unique characteristics. It had a focal depth of 20 kilometers and occurred due to the oblique convergence of the Pacific and Okhotsk plates. This means that the earthquake resulted from the complex interaction between these two tectonic plates. In terms of the geographical location of the earthquake, it struck approximately 74 kilometers southwest of Severodvinsk, which is the largest city on the Kuril Islands. The epicenter is the point on the Earth's surface directly above the focus, or the hypocenter of an earthquake. And in this case, it was determined to be located at 44.6 degrees north latitude and 152.3 degrees east longitude. Following the earthquake, there were several aftershocks reported in the area. Aftershocks are tremors that follow an earthquake and can occur in the same or nearby areas. They're usually smaller in magnitude compared to the main shock, but they can still be significant. Now let's talk about the impact of the earthquake. Since the earthquake occurred in a sparsely populated region, there were no immediate reports of significant damages or casualties. However, it did cause noticeable shaking in the Kuril Islands. One notable aspect of the earthquake is that it was felt over a wide area. People in Tokyo, Japan, also reported feeling the earthquake. This highlights how seismic waves can travel and be detected in areas far from the epicenter. In terms of the intensity of the earthquake, it reached a maximum intensity of 6 or 7 on the Japanese seismic intensity scale, which is used to describe the strength of earthquakes as perceived by people and their effects on structures. This indicates that the earthquake was strong enough to be felt by people and potentially cause minor tremors in buildings. The Kuril Islands are no stranger to earthquakes, and this event was felt as far away as Tokyo, Japan. In fact, this is not an isolated incident. On June 2023, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck just 160 kilometers from this latest one, affecting the Aitarop and Konashir Islands. Another significant quake of 6.7 magnitude occurred in May 2023 near the city of Yushno-Sakhalinsk on the Sakhalin Island. And in November 2022, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit off the coast of the Kuril Islands. These frequent seismic events are a testament to the geological activity in this region. The Earth's crust is constantly shifting, and these movements release built-up energy in the form of earthquakes. To understand why earthquakes occur in the Kuril Islands, it's essential to look at the underlying plate tectonics. The region is situated at the intersection of several tectonic plates, including the Pacific Plate, Philippine Plate, and the Okhotsk Plate. These plates are in constant motion, colliding and converging. The interaction between these plates creates a significant amount of stress and pressure. In particular, the region is influenced by the subduction zone where the Pacific Plate is pushed beneath the Okhotsk Plate. As the Pacific Plate descends into the Earth's mantle, it releases energy, causing seismic activity. The Kuril Islands themselves are located along a major fault line, making them particularly prone to earthquakes. This location is part of the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire, which is a horseshoe-shaped belt around the Pacific Ocean, where a significant number of earthquakes and volcanoes are found. This region is characterized by intense volcanic and seismic activity. In the case of the Kuril Islands, the convergence and subduction of the tectonic plates in this area have led to the formation of a volcanic arc that includes many active volcanoes. The most active volcano on the islands is Tayatiya, which is also one of Russia's most active volcanoes. Now let's discuss the response and recovery efforts. Following the earthquake, the Russian authorities immediately activated emergency response protocols. These protocols include assessing the damage, providing medical assistance if needed, and coordinating rescue operations. Since the earthquake occurred in a remote area, the response efforts may face some challenges due to factors such as the distance and the logistics involved. Local authorities are working to restore essential services such as power and communication as quickly as possible. However, the full extent of the damage may not be known for some time. The affected residents have shown resilience and a sense of community in the face of this event. Local residents have been coming together to support each other in their communities during this difficult time. In addition to the official response efforts, there's also been an outpouring of support from neighboring regions within Russia. As the full extent of the damage becomes clearer, there will likely be calls for aid from the national government. Russia has a system in place to provide financial and logistical support to affected regions following such events. While the impact of the earthquake was significant, it's important to note that it could have been much worse. The affected areas are sparsely populated, which likely mitigated the potential loss of life. The local infrastructure appears to be relatively resilient, considering the remote nature of the region. Nevertheless, the earthquake serves as a reminder of the constant seismic activity in this part of the world and the need for preparedness. Communities in the Kuril Islands and other earthquake-prone areas should continue to invest in building codes and emergency response systems to minimize the impact of future events. In conclusion, the 7.0 magnitude earthquake that struck the Kuril Islands in Russia was a powerful event that had noticeable impacts throughout the region. While the earthquake caused no immediate reports of significant damage or casualties, its effects were felt as far away as Tokyo, Japan. Understanding the underlying plate tectonics and the location of the earthquake helps explain its occurrence in this region, which is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. The Russian authorities and local residents have demonstrated resilience and preparedness in their response to the earthquake. As the recovery efforts continue, the affected communities will likely receive support from neighboring regions and the national government. While the impact of this earthquake was substantial, it's important to recognize the efforts of the first responders, emergency services, and the local community in ensuring the safety and well-being of the residents. The event also highlights the importance of continued investment in infrastructure, building codes and emergency preparedness measures to minimize the impact of future seismic events. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and staying updated with us. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Your support helps us continue delivering quality videos on significant events as they unfold. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.